Commander Ryder's log. Falcon 1 recently responded to a long-range distress call from the distant and previously uncharted Psi system. We were able to rescue a merchant ship that had drifted off course and become caught in the atmosphere of a gas giant at the very edge of the system. Very little is known about this region of space, and since we're here, I've decided to take the opportunity to explore and see what there is to see. I'm sure the Space Guard will be very happy to receive our findings.
We're past the outer planet and officially within the Psi system.
The merchant ship has just gone to full light speed towards the Theta system. Looks like their ship is working perfectly. I'd say we did a pretty good job there.
I love how you use the word we in that sentence. I don't remember you piloting Falcon 1 into the lower atmosphere of a gas giant, expertly locking a tractor pulse onto a merchant ship and towing it free.
Yes, but I provided excellent moral support.
Ah, is that what that was?
Okay, you two, let's keep our minds on the job at hand. We have a new system to explore. How many planets are there in the Psi system, Professor?
Not many. I'm detecting only 4 planets in total. It's certainly an unusual formation. Apart from our gas giant back there, there's only one other ice planet nearby. But then approximately 4 billion kilometers between that and the next planet. Quite extraordinary. I don't think I've ever seen such a wide berth between inner and outer solar systems.
What could cause the gap to be so big?
Oh, I doubt it would be anything more than some random gravitational anomalies during the formation of the system billions of years ago.
The distant planets in the inner solar system, could they support intelligent life?
Impossible to tell at this distance. We need to get much closer to obtain an accurate reading.
Well, in that case, set a course for Psi 2, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. At this distance, it'll take us approximately 30 minutes before we're within detailed scanning range.
Wonderful. I always like the endless waiting around.
I see you're your usual cheery self today, Bob.
I like to think I'm nothing if not predictable.
Is it just me, or is this gap between the planets particularly empty? I mean, I'm not seeing evidence of any asteroids, ice, gases, or anything else for that matter.
You're right, Lieutenant. And look outside. It's just blackness. I can't even see any stars in the distance.
And I don't know about you, but I think even the sunlight is fading from view.
I see what you mean. It certainly looks like it's getting darker.
I'm not really getting any clear readings on my instruments. Bob, can you use your superior eyesight to see any obstructions in our path that could be blocking our light?
Hold on. Well, despite my immaculate vision, I can't see anything that would explain the dimming sunlight. All I can make out is my own reflection in the viewport. It really is a handsome sight.
You must be getting some sort of reading, Professor.
Well, there is something. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Some kind of radiation, perhaps?
Could it be harmful to humans?
I don't think so. Although my readings are so fuzzy, I can't completely guarantee that...
Sir, something's happening. We're accelerating.
What do you mean we're accelerating?
Our speed is increasing, and I don't know why. It's nothing to do with me.
Can you slow us down?
No, sir. The controls won't respond.
We're heading straight into that void.
Well, this should be interesting.
Hey, what happened to the lights?
I don't know. I can't see a thing.
Can you get them back on?
I can try, but I can't see any of the controls.
Help! Somebody get Bob off me!
What? Hang on, Professor. Come on, Sergeant. We can't see a damn thing, Professor. Keep talking and we'll follow your voice.
Keep coming. Just a little bit further. Whenever you're ready, please don't feel the need to rush on my account. Bob isn't that heavy, really.
Ow. Well, I've got him, sir. Can you reach out and take my hand?
Oh, okay, there you are. Right, Sergeant, lift.
Thank you.
Are you all right, Professor?
Well, apart from a few bruises and a clearly widespread case of blindness, I'm perfectly fine.
It's no good. I've tried turning the lights on through my console from memory, but nothing's working. I can't see any lights on the display, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
Can you try the lights on your palm scanner? They have a separate power source, so they shouldn't be affected.
Hang on. Nothing. It must be affecting all our systems.
But it's not just our lights. We should be able to see the Psi System's sun through the viewport, but there's nothing at all. No sun, no stars in the distance, no light whatsoever.
And Bob?
I don't know. It seems whatever's affecting Falcon 1 is affecting him too. He's gone completely inert. I tried to reactivate him, but I wouldn't be able to see what I was doing and might just end up causing more damage.
So, what? Have we entered into some kind of anomaly that sucks the energy out of all technology?
No, it's not everything. Listen. You can hear the engines are still humming, although as far as I can tell we're not moving. And I can feel the air circulating, so the life support is clearly still operating.
If I can move over to the control room door, I'll see if I can open it.
Ow!
Oh, sorry. Well, at least we're not trapped in the control room.
Yes, but how are we going to escape this anomaly if we can't see?
Well, it's important not to panic. Sergeant, can you tell if you have any sort of helm control?
Just a second, I'll try. My panel doesn't seem to be responding, although I can't tell for sure if I'm pressing the right controls.
So not that different to normal then.
Oh, very funny.
I'm open to suggestions, people.
The Sergeant may not have any helm control through his console, but we may be able to gain control of the ship directly through the engine room.
How's that going to help us if we can't see where we're going?
If we could somehow initiate a burst of light speed in reverse, we might be able to exit the anomaly the same way we came in.
If I can get to the engine room, I'm fairly confident I'd be able to generate the light speed burst. Even without lighting, I'm sure I could activate the right switches. The process itself is easy enough, although it certainly would help if I could see something at least.
We're not having any luck with technological forms of lighting, but perhaps something basic would be more effective?
What did you have in mind?
Well, we have an oxyacetylene torch in the cargo bay. If we could fire that up in the corner of the engine room, it might provide enough light for the Professor to carry out his plan.
Sounds dangerous to me.
I agree, but right now we don't seem to have a lot of options. We'd be very careful with the torch, obviously.
I'd say it's worth a try at least. Lieutenant, Sergeant, you get down to the cargo bay and find the oxyacetylene torch. When you have it, meet the Professor and me in the engine room. Just be careful along the way and watch your step. No pun intended. Okay, Professor. I'm gonna lower you down slowly. Be careful of your footing.
Alright, I'm down.
Right. What's the first step?
Well, along the outer wall there should be an access panel about halfway up that houses the lightspeed control subcircuits. We need to find it and prise it off.
Right. I can't feel anything that seems like an access panel.
It should be about 3 feet long with 2 6-inch metal handles on either side.
Oh, hang on. I think I've got it.
Let me feel. Yes, this is it. Very good. Put the panel down on the ground. Ah! That was my foot, sir.
Oh, sorry, Professor.
It's fine. I'm sure any permanent deformity will just give me a little character. Now, we need to override these subcircuits if we're going to be able to generate the lightspeed burst in reverse. There are 6 switches along the bottom edge I'll need to depress. Give me a moment.
What was that?
What was what?
I thought I heard something. Like there was someone or something in here with us.
You're imagining things. The darkness is just playing tricks with your mind. In fact, the lack of sight would mean your hearing is trying to compensate. You're probably just hearing a noise from the engines more intensely than normal.
I guess you're right.
Right, this must be the living quarters. Although knowing our luck, we've probably ended up back in the control room.
Well, let's be careful getting past the beds and get through to the cargo bay. The sooner we can find that oxyacetylene torch, the better.
Oh, sorry, Sergeant.
What for?
For bumping into you?
You didn't bump into me.
Really? I certainly bumped into something.
It was probably one of the beds.
Didn't feel like a bed to me.
Alright, I found the door control.
Did you hear that?
What, the door opening? Yes, I heard it.
No, I mean... Never mind. Let's get inside the cargo bay. The tools locker should be on the corner wall, to the right-hand side of the door. Don't trip over anything.
Okay, I found it. What's the passcode again?
15394.
Sorry, I still can't see a thing. Let me try again. Right, we're in.
Good work. Now I used the torch last, and I'm pretty sure I stored it on the shelf second from the bottom? Maybe on the left-hand side.
I've got it.
Are you sure?
Definitely.
I think I'm hearing things again.
What's that, Lieutenant?
Oh, nothing. Right. I'm going to step back outside the door to make sure I'm out of your firing range. Make sure the torch is facing away from you, and hold it at arm's length, just to be safe.
Understood. Let me know when you're in position.
Okay, I'm clear.
Right, here it goes. What on earth is that? Are you alright, Lieutenant?
Yes, but we're not alone on the ship.
What do you think it was?
I don't know what it was, but it's not human. It didn't feel or sound very big. We must have scared it with the torch.
But there was no light. It was definitely working. I could feel it, but it wasn't giving off any light at all. I guess this anomaly absorbs all forms of light, technological or otherwise.
Well, then the creature can't have been scared by the light. Maybe you inadvertently brushed it with the flame.
But what's it doing here?
I wish I knew. We need to inform the commander and the professor. Come on, let's get to the engine room, quick as we can.
Do you have much left to do, Professor?
Well, I've overridden the lightspeed control subcircuits and reversed the polarity of the engine matrix. All that really remains is to reroute the initialization control from the Sergeant's console through to the primary maintenance interface in the engine room. Once that's done, we can activate the lightspeed burst and get us out of here. But this last step is a delicate one, and I need to focus if I'm going to do it correctly.
In other words, shut up, Commander, and let me concentrate?
I could never have put it so eloquently, but you get the idea. Commander, what do you think you're doing?
What?
Let go of my arm.
I'm not holding your arm.
Well, something is. Get it off.
Hang on. It's some kind of creature.
It's trying to sabotage us, to stop us leaving.
Are you alright?
It didn't really seem like whatever it was trying to hurt me. Just trying to stop me from finishing my work.
Commander, there's some kind of creature on board with us.
Yes, Lieutenant, we've just discovered that. It tried to attack me, but we were able to fight it off. How did you go with the torch?
No luck, I'm afraid. The torch was working, but it still wasn't giving off any light.
That's very odd. Whatever's going on, it's not just affecting the electric lights. It's absorbing all light on the ship. I'm almost done here anyway. I should try and finish quickly before the creatures come back.
It's still here.
Right. Everyone form a wall around the Professor. We've got to stop that creature from getting to him.
Yes, sir.
Be ready, everyone.
Ah! It's trying to get through!
Don't hold back, Lieutenant. Kick it away if you have to.
It's still trying!
Ah, sir, I think there's two of them. I've got something trying to get past me, too.
Where the heck are they coming from? Are you nearly finished, Professor?
I've successfully rerouted the initialization control, so we should be able to generate the lightspeed burst from here.
They've pinned me against the wall. I can't move.
Me too!
I think they've got us all trapped. Professor, can you reach the control panel?
No, I'm just as stuck as the rest of you.
What do you think they're going to do with us?
I don't know.
What are they doing?
It sounds like they're doing something with the engines. They must be sabotaging all the work I've done. They've initiated a lightspeed burst.
Hey, I can move again. They're letting us go.
Looks like it. Everybody, stay still. Right. Professor, see if you can work out what kind of damage they've done.
I'll try, but it's not going to be easy in this light.
Wait, look. The lights are coming back on.
You're right, Sergeant. I'm starting to see again.
It's getting so bright.
Shield your eyes, everyone. It'll take time to adjust to the increased illumination.
After all that, those creatures were just trying to get our lights back on?
I don't know. Let's get up to the control room and get a sense of where we are.
Hang on. What's wrong with the lights in here? They're working, but at such a low level.
Let's try and increase the brightness.
Please, do not do that.
Bob! You're back with us!
No, look. Standing behind him on the console, holding his neck. What is that?
It must be one of the creatures.
Please, do not be alarmed. Your mechanical being will be returned to you momentarily. We are simply using its vocal abilities in order to communicate with you.
Look at it. It's almost transparent. Like it's not completely here. And its eyes. They're so big, they take up almost its entire head.
It must have evolved to live inside that void. The eyes must be specially adjusted to translate images without any illumination.
You are correct. We are the Umbrani, and we have lived in this region of space for many thousands of years. We are photophobic and cannot survive long in more than the smallest glow of light. This void, as you call it, was designed to perfectly suit our people, as it envelops and absorbs all forms of light, allowing us to exist in perpetual darkness. Countless millennia ago, our scientists created this anomaly to provide a safe haven for our kind and to protect us.
Protect you from what?
We were at war with a race of artificial beings, long since extinct, who were intent on wiping out every last one of us. We were driven from our ancestral home in the Crepuscule Nebula and settled in this deserted star system. As well as shielding us from the harmful light, this void also disrupts the electronic synapses of artificial creatures.
Which explains why Bob has been out for the count this whole time.
But why did you pull us into this void in the first place?
This was not a deliberate attack against your people. As you passed within close proximity to us, traveling at the speed of light, your vessel was drawn in as our void began to absorb your sources of light.
Of course. At such speeds, it's theoretically possible that Falcon 1 would be indistinguishable from light itself.
Alright. Assuming that we accept that our getting trapped here was an accident, that doesn't explain how you got aboard our ship and why you started attacking us.
Our species lives within a state of quantum flux. We can exist in the vacuum of space or within the confines of an atmosphere, and can pass through physical matter in the same way you would swim through water. And it appears our intentions have been misconstrued. We did not attack you. We rescued you from yourselves.
What do you mean?
As your vessel was drawn into the void, your trajectory was altered to the extent that, had you activated your light speed burst as you intended, you would have exited the void at the incorrect position and collided into the system's sun. We could not let that happen, as your being here was of our doing.
Why didn't you just explain all that to us?
I don't think they could have, Lieutenant. Unless I'm very much mistaken, your species doesn't possess adequate vocal cords, do you?
You are correct. We communicate with each other telepathically, but have no physical means of communicating with beings of your nature. It is only through utilizing this mechanical being's capabilities that we can converse with you now.
Wow. Think of all the Umbrani we must have injured when we were fighting back against them.
Fear not. As we exist in a state of quantum flux, any damage we sustain in your physical realm is quickly healed.
I see. Well, all the same, I feel like we owe you and your people an apology.
It is we who should apologize to you. We hope this incident does not affect your view of our civilization.
And we hope the same. Perhaps there's some way we can investigate opening a dialogue between our species in the future.
After thousands of years of isolation, we would welcome the opportunity to interact with a people as noble as your own. For now, though, we shall say goodbye. May we meet again. That was not a very pleasant experience, you know.
I always suspected you'd make a good ventriloquist, Dummy Bob.
Charming.
Well, despite everything, I'd say our first venture into the Psi system has been an interesting and successful experience.
I agree, Professor. I'm sure the Space Guard will be very interested to hear our findings. Get to the control, Sergeant, and set a course for home.
Yes, sir. Ah!
Oh, yeah. Maybe turn the lights on, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.